And it's a final episode in our guide on getting your first piercing. This one we're going to talk about piercing maintenance. Coming up next on New to Piercing, episode number 52. For those who are new to the channel, welcome to the Body Piercing and Tattooing channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos, hope you're finding it helpful and useful. But you might not know who I am. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and operate the Axiom Body Piercing studio located right here in Des Moines, Iowa, inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo. So what we're going to talk about is you've healed the piercing, it's seasoned, whatever. What are some of the things that you should keep in mind while having that piercing? The thing is, I always say when people ask me why I don't do experimental piercings or dermals or single point or surface to surface or any of this other stuff, is one of the reasons why I got into this is if you want to have a piercing, I want to do it in a way and give you enough information that if you wanted it, you could have it for the rest of your life. In fact, they can plant you with it. And that's what we're going to go through today. What are, after everything's over, we don't really ever talk about, hey, what do you do after that? So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. The first thing is avoid abuse. Even though it's a healed piercing and it's well seasoned, contact, hanging things on it, grabbing it, etc. will cause problems. Constantly playing with a piercing can cause problems, including rejection, tearing, migration. That can happen depending on the tissue and the thickness of the jewelry. So leave it alone. I mean, you can play with it a little bit, but not rough. Be nice. Play nice. Keep the jewelry in the piercing at all times. Common misconception is that most piercings, you take the jewelry out, leave it out for years, and put it back in because you heard somebody on the internet say they could do that. The reality is they are the minority. Most people, except for an exception of a few, like 3 or 4 piercings that are commonly done, most people, that piercing closes up almost immediately, especially with faster healing parts of the body, like your mouth, your nose, your torso, and your genitals. It will heal pretty quick. So if you like that piercing, you want to keep that piercing, keep the jewelry in. As far as, making sure it looks nice, cleaning it with soap and water is a good idea, just part of your daily routine. With gym settings, etc., you can get a little bit more detailed, maybe clean it with a water pick, soak. I did a whole video on this. If you look in the New to Piercing series, it's there. Also, you can take it to your piercer and see if they'll clean it for you. Put it in ultrasonic, do all that fun stuff. Only wear jewelry that fits correctly. Don't put in long pieces because you think it looks better or it's easier to play with or you're going for a look. The reality is in day-to-day situations, that jewelry is probably going to get caught more often, get more movement, and lead to more problems, even in a healed piercing. Just because it's healed doesn't mean it's going to like any of that stuff, and it's not going to hurt. Avoid jewelry for everyday wear that gets caught on absolutely everything. Think about the practicality of having that piece of jewelry where it's at, and kind of think back to when you first got the piercing and what contact didn't feel good. For example, here, a good one with this one that I see all the time is the vampire bites or the 2 gestrums with the giant, huge cone ends. Think about it. How are you going to drink? How are you going to eat? Do you want to actually kiss anybody in your near future? And how are you going to sleep without catching that thing? It makes everything more complicated. It's one of those piercings and jewelry combinations that can make your life kind of miserable. The same goes for having very detailed or things with sharp edges on like a navel piercing or nipple piercings. They're going to get caught constantly. So take that into mind. And it's okay to have the, hey, date night jewelry and then have more practical jewelry that you wear in your daily life. Check the ends of the jewelry on a regular basis. Make sure they're secure. I've had jewelry in that I've had it in for 8 years. Never had to check it. Never had a problem. And then suddenly the ball falls off. It's a good idea to kind of get in a routine to check in it weekly just to be on the safe side. Have that day of the week that you just spend 5 minutes checking all your ends. With non-threaded jewelry or threadless, it's always a good idea to just kind of put your thumb or index finger on one side and just gently push. You want to make sure there isn't a gap there. And a lot of times you can't see it. So just check it occasionally, especially if you've snagged in on something recently or had a lot of contact with that area. Invest in glass retainers, especially if you have any type of medical conditions that may require scans, surgery in your future, or anything where you'll be required to remove the jewelry. Now, this doesn't work with everything. A lot of times with oral piercings, if you're going to go into surgery and they're going to put you under, you have to remove the jewelry regardless. But for other piercings, it gives you a good alternative because it'll keep the piercing open and not be at risk of causing issues during or after the surgery or what have you, or medical scan. And there's a whole series of those on this channel too. Educate your partners about your piercings. It's a good idea to kind of let them know what's okay and not okay. If you have rings in your nipples, is it okay for them to pull on them and twist them? Or isn't it? Is it okay for them to, loop their fingers in it? If they, or, bite down on it if you have, barbells in there. Is it okay for them to, whatever. Make sure they're educated on what's okay and what's not okay. And also, it's a good idea if you're planning on getting intimate, especially if a piercing that's not visible in day-to-day wear, let them know. It can throw people, as somebody who's had genital piercings for over 30 years, it can throw people back a little bit. And, you need to let them, and it's kind of unsexy to stop everything and start talking about that. Oh, my piercing. Okay, we're going to spend 20 minutes. That kind of kills the mood. It's one of the reasons when we always joke, like, the last thing you want to say in a strip club is that you tattoo or pierce, because that's all you will talk about the rest of the night. That's going to be every interaction you have with everyone. Same thing when I'm dating people. It's one of the last things I'll mention if they don't know it already, because then that's all we end up talking about. Anyway, let them know ahead of time. Give them a little heads up. Invest in conservative jewelry for employment and other events. We all have those events, no matter what your lifestyle is or what you do for a living or what have you, where we have to dress up a little bit, either for family events or like a funeral or a wedding or what have you. And maybe the jewelry that you normally wear every day is going to not kind of fit into that environment. Employment. If you're on the job hunt or you're one of those people that frequently changes jobs, it's a good idea to have a little bit more conservative stuff on hand just so, you don't have to deal with it. For example, instead of having I'm on a spikes kick today. Instead of having 4 or 5 millimeter cones sticking out of your nose, have a simple, flat disc or ball that you can put in there if you need to. Plus, everybody likes getting dressed up. We all complain about it, but it's nice to put on the glad rags every once in a while and take a night out on the town. The last one I'm going to talk about is, and I did a whole video on this, how to properly store jewelry when it's not in your body. That's going to mean individual bags, some type of organizer that is protecting, keeping jewelry from rubbing against each other, just being cautious with it. In many cases, you've spent a lot of money on this jewelry, putting it in a bag with 15 other pieces of jewelry and then throwing it in the bottom of your purse or in a drawer or whatever is not going to produce the best results. This could cause scratching or breaking of ends in many cases. Plus, it's kind of unsanitary. So individual plastic baggies, something that's cushioning it from other piercings, or other jewelry. An organizer is your best bet. Think tackle box or toolbox, or where Grandpa kept all his screws. Maybe you just get a bunch of mason jars. Anybody's grandpa have that? Mine did. Whole room of them. Every screw you can imagine. Well, that's it. That's pretty much everything I cover. If anybody has anything to add to this, please leave a comment. We like to that's how we help people on the internet. With all the other crap and evil and negative stuff that goes on, what we hope is that here you can share information and help people along in their piercing journey. That's kind of empowering, isn't it? Also, if you have a question, please leave a comment. I usually answer comments when I have time. Sometimes it takes me a couple weeks to get around to it, but I generally do answer them. If you want an immediate answer, Check out our podcast, live stream, whatever the hell you want to call it. Talking about piercing every Sunday at 8 p.m. Yes, that's right. We moved to Sunday, and I didn't finish all the videos before we did that. So if I said that before on Monday, I really meant Sunday. I'll figure it out. I haven't edited them yet. Anyway, other than that, this is the last episode in the course. Congratulations. You have finished the course. You may now stand like this and feel proud about what you've accomplished. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I'd love to see if your piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we will see you hopefully in that next video.